What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the shop. Not quite. Today we're going to get into some lock stuff. I used to be a locksmith, so I have some knowledge there. I mean, I got a lot of knowledge everywhere. I'm not just a smith, so I want to add a little bit of my knowledge so people can learn and be wary of certain products out in the field and hopefully not fall for mistakes that some people do. So this is not a video about disparaging companies or crapping on anyone's name, even though these companies are for the most part garbage. And they know it because they just sell at mass production. You know, there's no quality behind most of this stuff. So anyway, this is just to help keep people safe. And this is actually a very good skill I think people should learn. You know, if you're a tradesperson, it's way cheaper to open up a lock than to break a door down. There's less damage, there's less headaches, there's less injuries. So it's an all-around better situation. Unless you're a firefighter, knock that baby down and do your job. So let's start off with the first. This is a simple master lock commercial, if that actually means anything. Probably just means the plastic melts a little slower. But it is just a stacked lock, essentially, with these pins holding it together. I'm sure you all have seen other locksmiths out there destroy these in seconds, but there's no real need to do any of that. This is a super easy lock to open. You're just going to simply add, trying to look through this phone, sorry. You're just going to add a little angled bar. And I really can't do this through the phone. There you go. I'm left-handed, so it's going to look a little different. These, you don't add a lot of tension. Again, this is not really a how-to. There's plenty of people out there way better than me in opening up locks. This is more of a public service announcement to keep people to stop buying garbage to protect all your hard-earned products. You're simply just going to throw a pick in there. And the lock's open. It's that quick. And I was just fumbling around. I could single pin pick it. It'll take a little bit longer for me. But you can see how garbage those locks are. And people guard properties with these. I've seen them lock up cars behind fences with these. $100,000 excavators are locked up with these. Like, it's absurd. These don't do anything. They're just a deterrent for honest people, like most locks are. So if you care about your products or any of your property, just don't guard them with a master lock, because yeah, the name, yeah, master of not much, master of selling you garbage. That's about it. It's okay, you know, they can do something. They'll keep kids out maybe, but if there's an actual thief out there, he knows better. Again, another master lock. It looks pretty heavy duty, right? It's got the brass come up around the shackle. It's got a combo, so you don't need a key, which is always not as safe as actual key. But you'll learn that here soon. So this lock is even simpler. You just need a specific little shim. This is a very thin piece of metal. That's all it is on a handle. Now, to get in these, you slide right past, and you're going to hit a wall. You add tension, push down, and it opens up. See how quick that was? How horrible that is? I see these on guys' trucks all the time, protecting thousands and thousands of dollars worth of tools that they use to make money to supply for their families. Anyone can open these. It's absolutely absurd. These are not protecting anything. You saw how quick that opened. Even the upgraded models, they actually added more of protection within these slots, so you can't really shim it. But again, there's other bypasses you can do to get in these. And this, again, not really a tutorial, just, you know, be aware, people. These are not great locks. And then you have these bad boys. This is actually a pretty solid piece of steel here, but it's typically dependent on the lock. It's a tubular lock, all right? So with this lock, you have an actual tool. Now this is a specialty tool. It's literally meant for this. I can open these as well with a kind of a rodent style tool just to pick, just to push these pins in, and a tension bar right here. Just takes longer. This is a key meant to do this. So each one of these little feet is connected to this wire, right? So you start it off flat. So this goes in right here in its groove. And as I move it around, see it goes in right there. As I move it around and slowly, slowly, you're gonna see those arms. See how they're moving from each other? They're finding their place, their home. You just keep giving it some love and it's gonna eventually just pop right open. If I can do it properly. There you go. And then once that's done, this gets tightened. And now I have a key for this lock. See how quick that was? People have these on their trucks. Most vending machines have a tubular lock like this. Goes right in, I can lock it right back up. It's locked. Opened. So again, this is a Chinese little lock. The actual body itself is pretty nice, but the lock itself is not. Again, it could be changed, swapped out with something a lot more secure. Now, when I mean secure, I mean companies like this, American Lock. Can you hear the sound of that lock? Just screams quality because it's all hardened steel. These are all security pins. You know, don't let that fool you, right? It's just a keyway. And people can pick these up. I can pick these as well. It just takes me more time. But the average person can't. They'll have to take a grinder and cut this shackle off to get in. And even then they'll, you know, you're going to hear that. So they'll have to do it at specific times if your car or whatever is out in the field where there's no one else with eyeballs on it. So this is a way more quality lock though. You know, if you're going to lock something up, you would choose a company like this, something more reputable. Again, this is another tubular lock, but again, this company is fantastic and it's security pinned. So I wouldn't be able to use this tool on this. It just wouldn't work. The security pins won't. It'll fool this essentially because the play will be totally different. Well, it's very simple, but you know, I'm of the opinion you buy once and you cry once. So everything I buy is more expensive for the most part, but I have it. You know, I still have it and they still work. You know, you don't have to keep shopping around to buy the same crap that didn't work the first time. And another good company, Abus. You know, see how it holds the key after it's open so you don't lose it. It's a security feature. Now I can pick this lock as well, it just takes me longer, but I use these locks to kind of hone my skill just because they're harder. And I can pop that screw out. This whole lock will just slide right out and I can change the pins and make it even harder. You know, it's like upgrade the lock myself, change the key, whatever, what have you. So just like in your door locks, it's the same thing. It's a pin and tumbler. You can't see it, but there's pins up here, or springs first, then top pins, and then there's lower pins in this little body. I'll show you something a little more, explain it better. So this is a European style lock. They're typically installed upside down like this in a door. That's why the branding is right side up when it's upside down. But anyway, this is a cutaway lock so you can see exactly how locks work. See the springs up top? Let's see, where's that? Yeah, springs up top. You have pins and you have pins below. And watch when the key comes out and goes in. It's tight lock. See how they're popping up and down, going up in the grooves? Now all the pins are dropped in, so this will never turn now because the shear point on top of this cylinder is blocked by all these pins. But once it's in there, they all line up perfectly straight, and then it can shear. There you go. A little dust in there. Sorry guys, it's been sitting around for a bit, but it's pretty cool. This is like a practice lock, and you don't have to take apart the lock. You can just use an Allen key to pull out each one and change the pins. You know, this is something you learn on, at least something I learned on. And I'd use a vise like so I can just clamp it down, put it in there and start picking on it, and you know, where it's comfortable, acting like it's indoor or something, to practice. I typically learn on picking all the locks in my house, and then I changed the locks after I picked every one because I realized how easy they were. Now I have locks you can't pick. Well, maybe the lock picking lawyer or somebody like that, but no, 99% of the world can't. So this is just a simple little video. I just find it super important. You know, I'm a fidgeting kind of guy. I like to fidget with things and take things apart. I've been like that since I was a child, so that's just how I roll. But these things really ease my mind, all these little parts and everything. But locksmithing was fun. There's a lot of cool things you learn doing it. You know, how metals work, the manufacturing processes, the company's history. I mean, there's a lot to it. And there's a lot of fraud out there in the lock market. It's just rampant with fraud. It's like everything, but still, you know, if there's fraud and like something, I don't know, a book binding or something rather mundane, okay, nobody's going to die over it. But a door protecting your loved ones, yeah, that's a big change, right? Because who the hell would want anything bad happening to them or their family? So steer away from cheaper locks, because they're cheap for a reason, because they're just cheap and they don't work well. And it's just not worth it in the end. You know, you're gonna want high quality, heavy duty locks. Again, door locks as well. Door locks are extremely important. These are just, you know, totally different kind of locks, and they're not all meant for certain situations. But if you're locking up tools and construction sites with these, I don't know. I guess you're just asking to file a claim with insurance, because somebody's going to take advantage of you. You know, I have a saying that I kind of live by. It's, you know, it goes a lot of different ways, but think of the worst person possible, and he exists somewhere, and then somebody worse, you know, or the worst situation possible. It's happening somewhere and somewhere worse. So, you know, don't set yourself up for failure, because these things will fail on you. They will not keep your things safe. At least, you know, not from criminals. From honest people, of course. Honest people just won't mess with it. Unless it's, you know, coming on hard times, where honest people don't remain honest too long. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed something from this little video. It's simple. I don't always feel like forging or have time to forge, so I wanted to fill this channel with a couple more things I know. Again, I know a lot. I've done a lot, so again, hope you guys enjoyed. Hope everyone's having a good time in this holiday season and enjoying yourselves as best you can. And I wish you all the best, and have a great day.